I have not vlogged in almost a month now, so this feels kind of strange. Welcome back. I am back. Oh, I feel weird talking to the camera. I got married, first of all. Went on a honeymoon in Italy for about 2 weeks, and now I'm back. And we got a pop-up to prepare for. I've recapped and shared a lot of pictures and videos and sewing related things on my Instagram and TikTok, so you can go look there for any of that kind of personal behind the scenes stuff. I don't know how much I'll share on here because my videos on YouTube are more related to like crafting and pop-up stuff and small business stuff, so I'll leave all the wedding stuff for Instagram so you can go follow me on there. But I'm ready to get back to business, guys. We have 5 days until the next pop-up. I believe it's on Sunday. It's at a local shop. I've done this pop-up before. The shop is called Planted and they're in Jersey City, which is about like a 7-minute car ride from where I am. It's a really cute small business. They have a really pretty brick and mortar store, so I'm gonna set up outside of the store, kind of like how I did last year. There weren't that many people who walked by. I didn't make like too many sales, but I did make some, and they don't charge a vendor fee, and it's just like a great opportunity to like test my setup for the rest of this pop-up season. I've only done one other pop-up this year, and that was like just to get me going at Madewell, so I'm happy to be getting back into like the actual summer pop-up season with this one. It'll be a good test run to see like how my setup is working, how my products are working, like packing things up, unpacking things, and making things and all of that. We are prepping for that pop-up in this video, as well as just like resetting in general, because I literally haven't done any sort of like small business stuff since April, and even then I was like very out of it because I was like really only focusing on my wedding, and now I can put all of my time and energy into my small business and it just feels so good. So game plan for today, I have a bunch of orders that need to be fulfilled. Oh, it hurts me to say how long these orders have been pending. I did add a little notice on my website that it would take like longer to ship things out, so I'm happy people took that into account. I still got some orders while I was gone, and I put the word pre-order in front of some of the new products that I post on my website just so people know that like they're pre-ordering something and it won't ship until, I think I put like June 1st, but I really want to ship them out before June 1st. So I'm going to make some of the products that I need to ship out, but while I'm making that inventory to ship out, I'm just going to like make even more inventory than I need for the orders so that I can set some aside for the pop-up. I do have some things back there stored up from the Madewell pop-up that I was prepping for, and just like general inventory that I have done, but I really want to make a lot more, especially pouches. I want to make more pouches, and I also want to experiment with not like the poofy 3D pouches, but like the flat, almost like iPad holders, book sleeves, like whatever people want to use it for. I want to make some of those. I need to make a ton of scrunchies. I might even source some fabric because I really want to make like more neutral, like black, white, cream, beige like scrunchies, because I only really have like colorful ones right now. What else do I want to do? There's so much I want to do. Like there's so many different like random small business things that I've been putting in a backlog, like in a queue, just like away in my mind, and I've written things down too just so I can remember it for times like these when I'm just like so eager to get back into it and like try new things. So we'll see what this week ends up becoming. I think we'll start with Etsy orders. Let's start with decals because that's a nice simple task to like get us going into making things and crafting, and I really want to get those out today or tomorrow. Does anyone remember me being super annoying and complaining about all the different wires that I need to set up my label printer, and it takes like a whole bunch of time to set up because of like all these wires going everywhere, and I was just complaining about how I really wish I had a Wi-Fi or like wireless type of label printer. MUNBYN answered my request that I just put out into the universe, and they sent me my very first wireless label printer. It's a thermal label printer, just like all my other label printers. And the best part, guys, is that it's pink. What? A pink label printer? It took me like 2 seconds to set up, so it was really easy. I just followed these instructions that it came with. It's literally just this one page on how to set it up with a Mac OS system, which is the computer that I have. And I just connected it to the power supply because obviously you still need that one wire to give it some power. And then it printed. I literally just printed it from here. Took a second. What the heck? I've been using the MUNBYN branded label printers and other accessories for the longest time. Pretty much ever since I started my small business, I've been using their labels. These are the sample labels it comes with, but they also gave me a whole bunch more. I got a full stack of them, and these are like the best ones. I mean, you can't really go wrong with labels, but I always get mine from them because they're very affordable and reliable. And then I also got these stickers, which are very pretty. They're kind of like iridescent, holographic, retro, early 2000s vibes. Very pretty, and they're all kind of different. I love that, and it's a roll. So with that roll, I plan on using this, which is a little stand. I talked about this before because this came in first before I got my label printer. But you put the roll of stickers here, and then it feeds into the printer that you place on top of here, and it just automatically prints all your stuff, which is amazing. Maybe I should test that out today. I think I will after I finish up these Etsy orders. I can't get over this label printer. It's truly, I've talked about so many label printers at this point on my channel, on Instagram, and I've owned, I think, like 4 or 5 at this point, and this is my favorite one. I'm not joking, and I'm not just saying that. First of all, obviously it's pink, so it's gonna match the whole aesthetic, and it's like a beautiful muted pink as well. It's so pretty. And I got one of these. Oh my gosh, I can't. But also that setup was so easy, and now I can have this housed somewhere around my room, probably over there on my Calyx unit, like somewhere. Oh my gosh, this tripod. I'll probably have it stationed like right there where I have an outlet, and I'll just like let it stay there. I won't have to move it around. It's gonna be a lifesaver. I can have my computer like on the other end of the room. I can even print from my phone. It's mobile friendly, so if I have some sort of like design on my phone or label on my phone for whatever reason, I could print it from my phone. I set up that using the MUNBYN app. Again, it took me like 5 seconds. It was so easy. If you want to try one out yourself, this is so affordable and you get so much out of it. It's so worth it. But I also have a 20% off coupon for you that I'm going to put in the description, so you can use that if you're interested. And if you're in the market for a new thermal label printer, you can go ahead and grab this one because I'm telling you, it's really good. I've only printed 4 labels so far, but I'm confident that it's really good. All right, so I got my printed Etsy labels here. I'm just going to package all of them up now. These are the decals that people ordered. Really cute. And I think I've mentioned a million times at this point, but I've updated all of my decals on Etsy. I've added a ton of more fonts, so people have been ordering the different fonts, which I love. And I'm like seeing a lot of them for the first time, like in person, like physically for the first time, because I only like designed the decals on Adobe Illustrator and like put them out into the world, but I didn't actually like print out or cut out with my Cricut all the different fonts. So I'm seeing these for the first time and they look really cute. This one's gonna be hard to see because it's white, but look how cute this one is. Very first time I'm using this font, and then I think this one as well. This one is definitely really hard to see, but it says "Shut up, you look good." It's the normal decal. This is the original font that I used, but I thought I'd create more fonts for different types of vibes. So this is the other one. You can't even see that. What's annoying about these is that I have to use bigger envelopes. And I'm still trying to figure out like a better way to package these, because right now I have these like padded envelopes that I don't even, these are like really old at this point. I think I got a really big pack at some point, maybe even off of Amazon, and I still haven't run out, so I just put these like in here. But I don't know, I feel like I could get a cuter envelope. I should get like pink ones or something. That'd be nice. And then I really want to try these out. Maybe I should just open it to see what they all look like. Oh my gosh, I should totally just print out my logo on these right now, because I have that design saved somewhere, and then seal the envelopes with these stickers. I think I love that idea. Oops, one sticker came off. Oh, this is so cute, like even as a plain sticker, like you don't even need to print anything on that. Put on one of the envelopes. But yeah, so we have just like pretty little floral and heart stickers. Oh, that's where that one was supposed to go. Wait, this might be my favorite roll of stickers I've ever received. It's gonna match everything as well. All right, we gotta pack these up. Let's stop obsessing over my new stuff. I'm trying to think of a creative way to display my decals at pop-ups, so if you have any ideas, please let me know. I'm thinking of getting another mirror that's like smaller than my full-size mirror that I have on the door there that I use just for like decoration and to get people to come into the booth, but something that shows off all the different fonts that I could like place on the mirror, and I wanted to show that like it's meant to be placed on a mirror. So I'm thinking about getting like a small-ish one. I don't really know. Let me know if you have any other ideas. That's what I'm thinking right now. Okay, well that was such a success. I printed out my logo. I already had like a circle logo designed on Adobe Illustrator, had like a white background and black font, so I just decided to see what would happen if I printed it on these labels, because I know like thermal printers only use black ink because it kind of just like burns. I think that's what happens. Thermal like uses heat to like burn on what seems like ink, but it's not actually liquid ink, it's just heat. I wanted to see what would happen, so I printed it and it looks great. These are 2-inch diameter circles and the logo printed like exactly in the center of all these. Like that looks incredible. I'm gonna put these on all the envelopes and just like put them here to let people know that like when they receive their Etsy package, it's from my shop. Also very thoroughly obsessed with the holder. It did really well. This just like lifts up so it's easy to take it out, the little rod. Then you put the roll through this rod. There's on this side of the rod, it's like a smaller circle, so it's able to just slip right in. And then it feeds into the machine through the back like that, and then comes out here. So we love that. It looks amazing. I'm obsessed. Wow. All right, this ended up being a good amount more candles than I thought I was going to need to make for the orders, because I had one order of like 9 candles. It's wild. Thank you so much for ordering if you're watching. This is only 6 orders and people ordered like a number of things, which is like so kind and so nice, and I love that you want to try like multiple products from my shop. But then I also added just a few more candles to this little like slew of things that I'm gonna make today, just to start prepping for the pop-up that's on Sunday. Just because, as you saw, like there's a whole setup that goes on when I need to make my candles, so I might as well like multitask and get a lot of candles banged out when I have the setup going. So that's what's happening right now. I'm putting the little wick clips I'm putting the little wick clips onto the wicks right now. These are all from Makesy, including the vessels, the wick clips, wicks, the lids, like everything. I'm a Makesy girly. I leave all the links below of all the things that I use. We don't gatekeep here. If I miss any of the links, please comment below what you're looking for and I'll give you the link. These wick stickers actually aren't from Makesy. I think they're just from Amazon. It's just like a basic wick sticker. So you don't need anything fancy. A lot of my fragrances are out. I love how they look. I just love when my whole like candle setup is going. It just makes me feel happy. How is pop-up season going for you guys? I know I'm like kind of late to the game, but this year was obviously a little different for me. I feel like I've like somewhat, oh, I got really short. I feel like I somewhat lost the big like excitement that comes along with doing a pop-up. Maybe as I get closer to the pop-up, I'll get more excited. But I remember when I first started doing pop-ups, I would get so excited and like very nervous. That just like made me work really hard and get a lot of inventory done. And I was able to like create videos and like get really excited about it. I'm obviously very excited, but it's not like the only thing I think about. Like I'm still thinking about other things, work and content creation and like sewing and like other stuff and like enjoying the summer, which I think is like a better balance than before when I was like only thinking about pop-ups and I would just become so obsessed with like the idea of doing a pop-up and doing really well, where like I was only focusing on that and like leaving all the other parts of my life behind. So although I'm not as like tunnel vision into the pop-up game, I feel like that's a good thing. It means I'm finding balance with the small business life and doing other things that I enjoy. However, I do need to get more on my Instagram game with the small business stuff. I remember I would like post a countdown as to like when my next pop-up will be. I would post every single day about like the prep I'm doing for the pop-up, and I don't do that anymore. I think just because like it doesn't occur to me that I should do it anymore because I'm thinking about like a whole bunch of other types of things and I'm posting about other things. Long story short, I need to post more on Instagram about these pop-ups so that you guys know when the pop-ups are happening and you can show up if you want to show up, and also so people just like get excited about it. As exciting as it was to be on my honeymoon and like enjoying my personal life and like being with friends and family for my wedding and things like that, I am very happy to be getting back into my routine. As you all know, I've said this in a different video, like my one true love is my small business, and I just like felt so bad when I wasn't able to dedicate a lot of my time towards it. I'm in my element right now. I would say I made approximately half of what I wanted to make, which I kind of knew would happen. I'm going to make the rest of them first thing tomorrow morning because after I finish this like little bit that I want to get done, I am going to go meet a friend for a picnic. I've been learning to chill at the end of the night, maybe like editing a tiny bit, doing some like admin computer work, but not doing like too much crafting. I save crafting for like the daytime and it's been good. So I think that's the plan for today. I'll pick this back up tomorrow. Good morning, it's the next day and we have a storm passing through, so that's perfect for candle making because, as you know, rainy days, thunderstorming, cloudiness, like that is candle weather in my opinion. So we're continuing on making the rest of these orders, fixing up some of the candles that I made yesterday, fixing up the tops, trimming off the wicks, and then making even more candles for the pop-up as well as like for some orders. So pouring out some fragrances right now. I make everything in small batches, as you probably know, because I'm mainly a made-to-order brand. I only make extra candles when I have a pop-up to prepare for. I don't keep too much inventory on hand, and that's just so that I reduce waste and I don't just make a bunch of things and have them sit around and potentially like go to waste because people aren't buying them. I only make exactly what is sold, again with the exception of pop-ups that I prepare for, but I've kind of like been able to gauge exactly what people are going to buy, or at least the types of things that I should make a lot more of versus just like the bare minimum. So right now we are making matcha candles, coffee candles, Palo Santo, and pumpkin chai, which is funny that I didn't realize I kept pumpkin chai up on my website. I think it's because it's like a crowd favorite, but people don't really buy pumpkin chai when it's not like the fall winter time. But I got an order for it and I'm excited to make it because it's literally one of my favorites. I'm making those and I think that's it. I'm going to fix up the tops. I need to make another sandalwood musk and high tide batch just to like finish up the tops of them. Sometimes I like pour a little extra onto the tops of candles just to smooth out the top if like a bunch of them end up looking a little wonky. I have my handy dandy scale down here. I think I got this from Amazon or it was a gift from someone. I can't remember, but I think I linked a similar one on Amazon. I'll let you in on a little secret as to how I make my matcha candles. It's a mix of a lot of different things. So first I have the Candle Science matcha and bergamot. It's delightful and I love that it has like a base of musk and bergamot, so it adds a little like complexity to an otherwise sweet matcha scent. Sorry if it's loud, there's a lot going on outside including a storm. And then I also mix that with the brambleberry oatmeal milk and honey. This is really sweet and really creamy and I would love it by itself, but I mix it to add some of that like sugary vanilla creaminess to the matcha scent. And then last but not least, we have matcha latte from Do Fragrance. I recently like reformulated this candle and I added this in to add more of like an earthy matcha scent, because when I add the oatmeal milk and honey, it ends up smelling just like very milky and creamy, which is good, but then you lose some of like the earthy matcha scent from the matcha and bergamot. But I didn't want to add more of this because I didn't want it to smell too much like bergamot and like all the other musk that's in that. So I just got like a plain old matcha latte scent from Do and it works really well. So that's my little mixture. I always calculate out and put on a post-it note exactly like what I need to make. I always put like a really like shorthand nickname for the name of the candle that I'm making. So I have matcha, and then the top number is the number of ounces of fragrance that I need to pour, so it's 2.9 today, and then the amount of wax that I need to pour, which is 26.1. That is going to make me 3 8-ounce candles and 2 2.5-ounce candles. I do a little bit of math in order to come up with this, but that's just what works best for me. I can create like a little Excel and figure out like what I need like for each batch, but it's just easier for me to like calculate it out real time and write it down on a post-it note. So that's what's happening, and it also helps me like figure out what's where. So I have like my pouring pitchers and I'll put the post-it note like on the pitcher or like under the pitcher, so I know exactly what's in there, because I'm making like a lot of different fragrances and mixing a lot of things at the same time. Sometimes I forget like what I put into each pouring pitcher, so I label them. It's sunnier. The storm passed through, so all bright and sunny, done with the candles, so I'm not feeling too upset about losing the gloomy weather for candle making. Now it's kind of like a sewing vibe. I'm gonna make some pouches and maybe some scrunchies. But first, we got lunch. We got these new bowls off our registry. I'm really happy about them. And they make my lunches look so cute. I have leftover potatoes, leftover Brussels sprouts, falafel from Trader Joe's, and I just put chipotle mayo on top. It's just mayo and sriracha and then some tomatoes. So I'm gonna devour this and then continue on with our crafting couple of days. Yummy. I did try to fix up the tops of a lot of the candles that I made yesterday by putting like a really thin layer of wax along with the fragrance on top of each of the done ones. I think I heard someone on TikTok say that this is like a really good way to fix up the tops. So I did that and they look really glossy, really glazed, really like clean. I'm really happy about that. I've done it before, but I didn't do it like in a massive scale like this with like a bunch of candles. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So I think I'm gonna continue doing that just to make the tops look extra perfect. I really wanna get these orders out by tomorrow. So I'm just gonna let all the ones that I made today set. So tomorrow I'll put all the labels on them, turn off the wicks, package them up, get them going. But I do have some scrunchie and pouch orders that are part of some of the orders that include candles. So I need to make those. And then also I want to make some pouches for the pop-up on Sunday. Lots of things to do. I'm also like in the process of still posting a lot of like wedding content because over like the course of my entire honeymoon, I didn't really post unless if I had some sort of like brand scheduled posts that needed to go out. I scheduled those to go out like before the honeymoon happened. So while I was in Italy on my honeymoon, I like didn't really go on Instagram and like post anything at all. Not even the fact that I was like in Italy, except for I think one post in the very beginning where I like told people I wouldn't be posting because I'm gonna be in Italy. So now, as you can imagine, there's like a huge backlog of content that I want to share with everyone. So every single day I'm just like posting things from like before the wedding that I didn't get to, things like about the wedding, things about honeymoon and like the outfits, and like oh, there's so much. And it's great because like I don't have to make content right now about anything because I have like so much stockpiled up to like go out, but it's just like an extra thing to do. But honestly, now that I'm not wedding planning, I have so much free time that I get to like fill with my small business stuff and with content creation and like all these other hobbies that I love to do that I didn't have time to do while I was wedding planning. And it wasn't even like planning that took a long time. It was like the DIYs that I was doing. I was obviously making a bunch of different things. Now that's done, I can actually make things that are unrelated to wedding stuff. And I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing wedding content at this point. So I'm excited to move forward in my life and do other things. All right, my food is getting cold. Let me finish this and then we'll get back to crafting. we are continuing on today, filling orders. I have 3 more orders, and then I got another one yesterday that I need to fulfill. I think that one is just decals though, so that'll be quick. These are actual candle orders. So I just need to pack them all up. These boxes that I use to package up candles are from Uline. I get the really basic product boxes. They're not like the most ideal. I mean, they do the job, but I would love to get custom boxes eventually. They're just so expensive, and in order to make it worthwhile, where each box is like costs less than like $3 or $4, you have to buy like such a large amount of them. Like the minimum order quantity is usually not bad, like it could be like around 100, but then it'll cost like $400 because each box will be $4. But if you buy like 1,000 boxes, then each box only comes out to be like $1, and then so on and so forth with higher quantities. And I just don't have the space for that kind of stuff, and I also don't have that kind of capital to be spending on just product boxes. So this is what we're using for right now. Very easy. They ship like within 24 hours, at least where I live, and they're plain, so I could add little stickers to them, which is what I do. All right, let's get packaging. I've been having the absolute best packing day today. Everything's just going right, and that's surprising to me because normally things go wrong when I pack. Like either I run out of labels, or I run out of boxes, or my printer's not working, Cricut's acting up, like little things will always come up. But today's like going really well. I hope I didn't just jinx it. First of all, doing a little bit of a pour on top of all the candles yesterday made the tops so beautiful, and I forget how good they end up looking. Like that's pristine. There's nothing wrong with these tops. They're gonna receive it and be like, wow, what a perfect candle top. I don't know if people actually notice how perfect the tops are. Maybe you notice when they're imperfect. On top of that, my printer is just doing magic right now. It was acting up a little bit. I think the Cricut app was acting up over the past like month or so while I've been trying to print my sticker labels, but these look great. Like look how bold the colors are. That looks great, and it's not blurry, and the colors look exactly like how I made them on Adobe Illustrator. Like they're not altered at all. That looks perfect. Let me see if I have an example. Okay, like look how washed out that is and like kind of blurry. I don't have that same one printed from today, but like look how bold that is compared to this. It's doing great right now. I'm happy about that. I just made the matcha latte ones. I'm going to add those and then pack up the last 3 orders right now. I'm still working on this. It's been like a few hours, but I'm working on it slowly. I'm actually very much enjoying myself. I love packing orders. It's one of my favorite things, and I love seeing all of the products like all out together on my desk. And then I'm also gonna label all the other candles that are down there. Like all of those are not for orders. They are just extra ones that I made a couple days ago when I was making candles, just so that I can have extra for the pop-up. That's on Sunday. I need to just label those, and I won't pack them up. Maybe I will. No. Usually when I transport them in the big Makesy boxes or in my hefty bins that my dad made me that have individual slots for the candles, so I don't put them in actual like cardboard boxes right now. I think I'm getting an exciting package from Vertical Ledge today, and if it comes in, I'm probably going to use it at the pop-up on Sunday. if I can get it all set up and like it looks great, which I'm sure it will. Everything from Vertical Ledge is amazing, but I think that'll come in today. I'm excited to see it. I just stuffed 9 candles in this box. It fit kind of easily, but I had to like Tetris my way through it, and there's like some space where I can add in some of the packing peanuts. All these packing peanuts are from different packages that we got on our registry. All of our registry items just came like packed with a ton of packing peanuts, so I'm reusing all of it. If you're wondering, I never buy packing peanuts. Anytime you see packing peanuts in any of my packages, it's because I received the packing peanuts in a different package that I received personally from, whether it be like supplies or like personal packages. Mainly what I use to package things up are like the recycled paper, like the moving paper. I have all of it linked on my Amazon storefront. And then I also use some of the like biodegradable, I don't even know what it's called. It's like the stuff that's like sealed flat, and then when you pull it apart it becomes padded, like little padding that you can add to a package. That is also linked in case you want to use that, but I just don't have the space to keep a ton of packing peanuts everywhere. Like, it's in this box and I'm almost done with it. I have a lot more packing peanuts in the kitchen in another box, but we're just gonna get rid of it because we just don't have space to keep it everywhere. If you're wondering why when you receive my packages, packaging is like different every single time, it's because I just reuse whatever I have laying around. Some people call that cheap. I call it recycling and sustainability, so that's why I do it. Oh, I am in dire need of my 3 p.m. snack right now, even though it's only 2:20, and also I have a few other things to say. I just went and I'm like getting onto my chair like this because there's not that much space right now. I was just at UPS. I dropped off one of the packages, the really heavy one, the one that had like 9 candles in it. I'm so grateful for that order. I have 2 more packages that are already packaged up, but I'm gonna take them either later today or maybe tomorrow. That's like one of the downfalls of living in a city with no car. You can't take your car with all your packages to the post office or UPS to drop off all the packages. Like, I have to take them by hand, but luckily it's not too far away, so it's not too bad. While I was at UPS, I also checked my PO box and I got a little package from someone, or like a little piece of mail. I opened it a little bit on the way here because I was excited, and it just looks very cute. If you're interested, I started putting my PO box number and like address in the description, so you can send things here if you are interested, and I'll do my best to give you a shout out if you're a small business owner, or if you're a brand, feel free to send me cool things that you think I'd like. Anyway, I got the cutest package from Full of Grace Design Co. Got a little thank you card, which is so sweet, and then also another little cute card. It looks like a really cool design. Love the washi tape on this, and it says Monica on it. She wrote me a note. I'm not going to read it out loud in case she doesn't want me to read it out loud, but her shop is called Full of Grace Design Co. and she watches my videos, so thank you so much for watching. If you're watching right now, she sent me a few things from her Etsy shop, which She just started. Oh, Sydney, thank you so much, Sydney. This is so kind. All right, let's start with this. In my hobby era. Are you kidding me? I recently started finding like a lot more hobby crafty related influencers or like content creators on Instagram, and I realized there's like a whole community of people who like love doing hobbies and doing like a bunch of different hobbies, and that's just like my vibe, and I didn't realize there are other people out there who like the things that I like. So this is like perfect. This is like, this encompasses my life. I'm putting this somewhere special. And stickers, ribbons and bows, waterproof and weatherproof vinyl. So cute. I'm gonna use this also. Maybe in a scrapbook. I started scrapbooking, so I love little things like this. Oh my gosh, and there's like a little note on the back of like this longer note. It says, have you ever gone to Carlos Bakery in Hoboken? I was obsessed with Cake Boss as a kid, lol. Yes, I have been to Carlos Bakery. If you don't know, there's the show Cake Boss, which I think is pretty popular, and they make cakes. There's this guy Carlos, he owns a bakery. He's like a very typical Italian guy with an Italian family. They have this bakery and make amazing cakes for people, but they also make like a bunch of other bakery items, and they sell them at their shop here in Hoboken. I think they also have a shop in New York City near Port Authority, but the one in Hoboken is the first shop they ever had, and I've been there a bunch of times. I go pretty often. Every time I visit my parents, it's like my go-to thing to bring them. Like I'll grab a bunch of like pastries for them. Yes, love that. Thank you so much, Sydney. This is like the cutest thing. If you're into this vibe, Full of Grace Design Co. is for you. I'm gonna put the details in the description. I look naked right now. I swear I'm wearing something. Just like the vertical edge kiosk, this A-frame display looks a little bit complicated to put together, but as soon as I start putting it together and do it once, it's gonna be super easy after that. So I just need to like follow the instructions for the first time just to get the hang of it. Vertical Edge kindly sent this over to me. I've been wanting a little shelf display that will mimic this A-frame like triangle display that I have. This one isn't super sturdy outdoors. I kind of just want it to be like an indoor decor shelf to hold storage and things in my crafting room. I don't want to be bringing it to pop-ups all the time, so I wanted something that kind of resembled this. The Vertical Edge A-frame display was perfect. I've been seeing it everywhere. I've seen other vendors have it, and I've been seeing it on the Vertical Edge site for a long time, and I finally got my hands on it. My favorite thing about it is that it requires like no drilling assembly. You just use these like nuts and bolts type thing, these screws that you can screw on with your hand. So you put this here, and then a wood piece goes in there, and then to secure it, you just like tighten the screw on this little piece. So it's really easy manual assembly. Love the natural wood. It fits my aesthetic so much, and I feel like you can really use it as a nice like skeleton base for your pop-up display and like decorate it, put decals on it, paint it if you want to. I think this A-frame display comes in a few different colors, and they also introduced like a darker version of it, so I definitely recommend. But I do want to put it together first to see like how hard or easier it is to put together, and I'm going to try it at my pop-up tomorrow to see what it's like in action, make sure it's stable and balanced and everything. So let's put this together for the very first time. Putting together two side panels was putting these side pieces together was relatively easy. However, now is the fun part, but also kind of difficult part, where now I have to get this to stand up by putting the planks of wood like across and sliding them into these slots right here or in here. I'm a single person. I can lean one against a table. I'm trying to think of how I'll do it at the pop-up when I'm by myself. I can lean one against like the plastic table that I'll have, and then hold the other one Let's just practice that right now, honestly. I think this is the inside and this is the outside. Oh gosh, that could have been terrible. I wonder if there's a way I could do this while sitting down. Okay, done. Now the rest should be somewhat easy because now I have it standing. It's a little wobbly. I think I need to, well, obviously add more of these in, then also tighten all the screws. But I didn't want to tighten them all the way in case like I did something wrong. Let's just add the middle pieces in first. I am in disbelief at how pretty it is. I've seen this A-frame display in so many different people's booths. I've seen it in person, I've seen it online, but like having my own, it's the cutest one. Okay, little A-frame tour. There's nothing on it yet, but I'm gonna put some things on it to kind of mock up what I want the setup to look like tomorrow, because I'm definitely bringing this tomorrow. It was so easy to put together. Basically, there are these individual planks of wood that you piece together with these little screws. There were a number of screws. Wait, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That's it, 12 screws. And all the other pieces of wood just fit together with these little like sliding insert pieces. They just fit together like puzzle pieces. Like as you can see here, like I inserted this piece and then it just slid right in and it locks in right here and I can like unlock it. But because I have these back panels, nothing's moving. Like this is not wobbling. Putting my full force into it and it's not like moving side to side like how it was when I was first putting it together. So everything just fits perfectly and makes it super stable. Love the backing. I got the white, like cream color. I think you can get a few other colors. I decided to go with this so I can like spruce it up on my own. I think it's adorable. And like you can't even really see on here right now, but that's a really wide shelf. Like I'm gonna fit so much stuff on here. It's gonna completely eliminate my table that I'm using, which is incredible because my goal is to always like get rid of my table because I feel like tables just don't look as professional as like shelves like these that you would like see in maybe a brick and mortar store. Wait, stop. I just mocked putting some things on here. That's adorable. That's so cute. Okay, I also realized how few candles I have. I really need to prep more for like a bigger pop-up. This is fine. I have like some down there that I can bring to the pop-up for tomorrow, but like I have so much space now to put candles. Like imagine I had like this one here as like the display candle and like people can sniff it. I'll like keep the lid off, and then behind it I have these candles in their boxes like behind it, so like they're packaged up and you can grab one of those instead of grabbing like the sample sniff test one. Imagine that. Like how cute. This, so clean. Up there, love it. I might put something else. I was just trying to figure out like what it would all look like. And then I can also put like a frame. Like look how deep this thing is. I could put prices here. I could put full-on bins with like cute stuff in it. I don't know about you, but I'm obsessed. So cute. And then one thing I didn't put on are these go at the bottom, like the bottom feet, maybe to be non-slip, maybe to just like protect the wood from the ground, but I didn't put them on because I'm just like testing. And also in the instructions it has it so that you put these on at the very end, but like it gets kind of heavy by the end to like flip it over, put these on, then flip it back up. So I would put these on like at the very beginning if I were you, and that's what I'm gonna do. It's so cute. It feels so good to be sewing again. This is literally the first time I turned on my machine and started sewing something since before my wedding. So it feels really good. I'm making some black scrunchies. They're kind of like blackish gray and they're matte even though they're satin. I want to get into some more neutral colors or be consistent with making sure I always have neutral colors stocked, because I feel like most people gravitate towards like a neutral white or cream, gray, black, like beige colored things, even though like most of my brand is really colorful and I want to keep it that way. I think it's important to like make sure I have something like for everyone, not necessarily like go too far away from my aesthetic and like make things just for the sake of making things that will sell. But I mean, this is the same exact scrunchie that I make in yellow and pink and blue and all those fun colors, but I think it's fine to throw in something a little bit more neutral every now and then, especially since I myself also tend to like use more neutrals, especially when it comes to accessories, because my outfit will be really colorful and then I'll want just like a neutral accessory like scrunchie. So I think this makes sense. But when I'm like crafting and creating things, I always love working with colors. Like the more colors the better, and the more excited I get about the project. So that's why I kind of like steer away from this stuff, but it's a business and obviously neutrals tend to do pretty well all year round. Like maybe in the spring and summer colors do really well, but I think it's just a smart business move. For tomorrow, I can't believe the pop-up's already tomorrow, first of all. Kind of took a break yesterday from doing too much. And today I'm also really only going to be making these things, maybe 2-ish pouches. And then I'm going to call it quits for today. I'm going to look into my bins to see what I already have and organize the bins, kind of prepare what I'm going to bring tomorrow so that that's good to go. And then the rest of the night, I'm just going to chill and enjoy the 3-day weekend. Monday is Memorial Day and it's supposed to be like really rainy. So I think I'm going to try to save like editing, small business, admin, paperwork, even crafting a little bit for Monday. And tomorrow's obviously the pop-up, but it's only from 12 to 4. So I'm thinking in the morning I could do some like fun things like reading out on the pier. I might even do that today, like tonight right before dinner. I might go out onto the pier and have a little solo reading date with myself. Maybe grab a little snack. I have some fruits and stuff. I just have this huge backlog of like everyday normal things that I really want to get back into doing, because as I was preparing for my wedding, I like stopped doing all the things that I love that weren't like super necessary to be doing at that time. I needed to be crafting and making my wedding dress and making like other dresses and DIYing things for the wedding and just like mentally preparing for it. So I kind of stopped doing things like going to the farmer's market and taking a little stroll, or like going to my local bookstore and just like browsing books, going to the thrift store. Like I haven't been to the thrift store and just thrifted like for fun in a long time. I'm also in money saving budget mode. Even though the wedding's over, I'm trying to like replenish all of the stuff, just because obviously wedding stuff costs a good amount. So now I don't want to like continue spending ridiculously like how I was when I was preparing for my wedding, like bridal shower and like all these events. I want to save up a little bit because I have some big plans for what I want to do with my small business, and that involves a good amount of capital that I need to save up for. And also it's just like smart to do a bit of saving after a few months of lots of spending. So just like fun free things like walking around Hoboken, going into the city and just like exploring a new neighborhood there. That stuff is the stuff that just gives me life, and I haven't been doing it. And I really wanted to first and foremost get back into my small business after my wedding, which is why I'm doing all this. I went right into doing a pop-up the weekend after I got back from my honeymoon, just because I knew I'd be really in the mood to like go and craft and sell things and put together a pop-up and do an event and make a video about it and all that stuff, which I was right about. Like I'm definitely in that kind of mood. But after this week, I think I have next weekend off from doing a pop-up, so I'm going to just like spend the whole week and weekend doing just like chill, homebody, introvert, beginning of the summer in Hoboken and New York City type things. And I feel so good to be able to say that I'm gonna do that. Cute little scrunchie, matches my black outfit. This romper is also from Lulu's if you're interested. I've been working with Lulu's recently, not on this video, but just in general. And I forgot how much I really like their clothes. Also, I've been watching a lot of book talk. I've been reading a lot of books. I got back into reading. I mean, I never really stopped, but I kind of slowed down while prepping for my wedding. So I'm like back into the reading every single day habit. Wait, did I ever stop reading every single day? I think I just read less. But I've been watching a lot of booktubers, and the way they describe the books that they have in their personal library at home, like how they have too much and like they should really stop buying more because they have a lot of books that they haven't read yet at home, and they're trying to like hold themselves back from buying because they know like at home they have a lot of good books that they haven't read yet. It's like a common booktuber issue. I know this is very niche, but bear with me. That mentality is exactly how I feel about the fabric that I have. I have a huge stash of fabric. Mood Fabrics just put a bunch of things at like 60% off, and they're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful fabrics, and I love the colorful like summery patterns they're coming out with. And Fabric Wholesale Direct also has some really good like basic fabrics that I want to use for my small business. Like there's just so much out there that I keep seeing, and I try to like opt out of email marketing, like a bunch of things, but somehow I always end up on their sites all over again. And I just relate so much to the booktubers, except not about books, about fabric. These are the struggles, people. Good morning, guys. Yes, I am in the same outfit as yesterday. I only wore it basically inside, maybe to do one errand, so I'm wearing it again for the pop-up today. I really like it. It's very comfy, it's neutral, and I like it. Everything is packed up. I'm leaving in about an hour to go to the pop-up. I expect this one to be kind of slow because it is Memorial Day weekend. People are away. In this area where I live, people all leave to go to the beach and like go to beach houses down by the shore. So there's not going to be too many people around, but I do think it'll still be a good experience. It'll be fun. I really like this brick and mortar store. They're very kind for letting me do a pop-up without a vendor fee, so I'm happy to do it. This is my stash of things I'm bringing. 3 candle boxes. I actually have a 4th I'm going to put in a backpack. This vertical edge bag, which came with my A-frame display. I'm really obsessed because they like changed up the bag slightly. Like it's a really like, I don't know how to explain it, like a slippery almost material. I feel like it's not going to get messed up, and it's going to be very durable, and it looks really good. And I love the handle and how they like strap together. Love that. And then under here I have my hefty bin with all my other materials, and I'm going to bring my wagon and also this scrunchy peg tree that my dad made for me. So that's it for that. I'm going to end this video here because I did all the prep that I need to do. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do as many pouches as I would like to, so maybe I'll do a whole other vlog on just making pouches because I really need to do that and I really want to do it. I have a whole bunch of new products coming that I really want to work on, and lots of more small business things that I'm very excited about. So happy to be getting back into it and to be doing this pop-up and like small business things. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. I will be doing a pop-up shop day vlog starting right after I end this clip. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.